Good morning, y'all. The Lord just want me to elaborate on something, something I touched on in my video, but I was mainly talking about myself. But the Holy Spirit had me circle back and say, like, no, it's not just for you, it's for them too, right? I feel like I said something about, like, if I didn't denounce, the Lord was going to take his hand off of me because I knew better, right? So the Lord is telling me, like, that's not just for me, it's for you too. And if you saw my stories, if you're seeing this one, if you watch my videos, the Lord, like, you can't say that you didn't know, because you did know. And you can't use it as an excuse. And also too, he said your video was just confirmation of the conviction of what I already told him about it being wrong. So he did say, remember that if you decide to stay in your organization, you're going to have to stand on that when you meet him. When you meet him, it's not a if, it's not a but, it's not a maybe. We're all going to die. Sorry to say it like that, but I don't know how to say it no other way. But he, like, if you choose to remain in your organization, now that you know the truth and you can go back and verify it and look at it yourself, you're literally letting him know who you with. So it doesn't matter if you're the pastor, an evangelist, none of that. Because, like, you're showing him where your loyalty lies, and it's not with him. And he did say he's going to take his hand off of you. He's going to allow calamity to come to you, because you're literally choosing a God that has done nothing for you. He said, when you lose somebody, you know, when you need a financial blessing, when you need encouragement, who do you call on? I didn't call on Minerva. I can't call on Minerva. Minerva ain't never done nothing for me. And I was a former Delta, so that's the only God I know. I think maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, is the Kappa's Apollo? And, you know, whatever God you took an oath to, he, like, call on them next time you need something. But if you decide to stay in your organization before he call you home, and again, he's making it pressing and urgent because you don't know when that is. But if you decide to stay in your organization and deny him because fear is keeping you bound of what your line brothers are going to say, or what your ADP is going to say, or what your sorority sisters are going to say. He said, if you're more concerned about being in right standing with them than him, you're going to regret it when you meet him. But he keeps saying, the Lord just keeps saying, tell them they're going to have to stand on it when you face him, because it's going to be nobody there but you and him, and he got receipts, and you can't say you didn't know, because he's going to say, well, I told Sadia, and I know she made a video, but that was already, but you knew that already. So I'm not trying to scare you. It is urgent, because the Lord does have feelings. If we know he can be upset, he can be loving, he can be forgiving, you think he can't be disappointed? Of course he can. You think his feelings can't be hurt? Of course they can. But you're literally showing him who you rather serve. And when he says you can't serve two masters, he means it. When he says, again, the first commandment is, God said you can't have no other God before him. Before him does not necessarily mean Minerva first and God second. It means also that the same acknowledgement, the same reverence. I acknowledged another God besides him. That's what he means. So if you decide to stay in your organization, I'm literally going to pray for you. But he's going to allow calamity to come upon you. Think about all the people who are dying prematurely. Think about those people who were in Greek organizations. Because it comes a time when it does run out. And I don't want it to run out for you. But he keeps saying, like, you know, now the choice is yours. But when you see him, you're going to have to stand on that.